Northside Drive. Toward New Northside Drive.
I don't always know where I'm headed, but I always find a way to keep going. Roll with me.
Peace. Get comfortable. Peace and good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia, and today I have a special treat, guest, gift. My daughter Kimani decided to roll with me today. And I thought, you know what? Maybe this is a good time for some mommy-daughter talk.
Birds and bees?
No, we're not talking about birds and bees.
Good to know. Good to know.
But what I do want to talk about is, and today is Christmas. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. If you don't,
Hanukkah.
happy December 25th. I think I want to just talk to you all and have Kimani chime in if she's feeling led, about like life transitions and how, regardless of how we want to freeze time and we want life to just stay how it is, that's just insanity, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That about sums it up.
You okay with that?
I'm chill.
Okay. So I think I've shared with you all before that I am a mom of 5. And before Kimani was born, I did have a son. He passed. And I know that has greatly impacted my Christmases and how I celebrate over the years since being a mother. Like my first Christmas as a mother, I would say, because I was on bed rest with my son. He was born December 29th. And on the 29th, I'll probably do a video just for him. But over the years, I haven't really been a fan of Christmas, right? Like, not fully like I wanted to. But once I had Kimani, her siblings, been in different relationships, life has changed and evolved. And by Kimani being the oldest, I know she's been a witness to a lot of those transitions and changes and stuff. And my goal over the years was to never let them was to make sure that they didn't feel what I felt internally. Like, it's the holidays, but it's not on them to carry whatever weight I was feeling, right? I just wanted them to always feel loved and be happy. Like, for me, Christmas, regardless of what I have going on, Christmas is a time of getting my family together and seeing my kids laugh and smile. There have been Christmases where they had a lot of gifts. There have been Christmases where not so much. But I try to instill in them that we always have each other. And that doesn't necessarily include like grandma, great grandma, aunties. Like, if nothing else, they know they have their mother, right? And over the years, like, Journey's 5, so it's like for her, everything is, I want to open gifts. Like, she's randomly wrapping stuff around the house, and you know, honestly, yesterday was the happiest I've seen her in a long time, to just have her siblings there, her grandma there. And I'll post some pictures at the end of the video, you know, because I managed to get all 5 of them together, and I'm grateful. But I I don't want this video to be all about Christmas, because that's not it. It's more so about just, what we say, life transitions and
how things have changed.
Evolved. Right. So like Kimani was a preemie, and she was my college baby, and I ain't play about Kimani. And Kimani has always lived with me. Her dad and I are friends, and I think she cringes whenever we group text her.
I've turned off any and all notifications from that.
And even their relationship has evolved over the years, and that comes with acceptance and patience, and a choice, and because I don't tell them how to feel about their other parent, and I don't even if I have a different perspective, I don't push mine on them. Sometimes I will try to offer some understanding, because it's like, well, that's your dad, and your dad has always been that way. Not making an excuse, but he is who he is, just like you are who you are. And I'm always willing to stand in the gap, but overall, I don't believe in having drama. You know what I mean?
Pretty drama less.
Yeah.
What's the correct word for that? Sans drama?
Sans drama. So over the years, I've seen Kimani go from toddler to teen to now adult, and
I'm 20.
our conversations have changed. And as much as I miss her being my little bubbly, her nickname used to be Peanut, Jumping Bean. She used to be so full of just energy and life. It was just like Kimani. It was just, that's my mommy. And one of the toughest transitions was when she graduated from high school and went to college. And I had a vision of what I wanted her college experience to be, and it was based off of my experience, like, oh, HBCU, this, da, 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 da. You gotta embrace the experience, But I knew that wasn't her, and I knew that she was willing to do that for me, or she would say, you know what, well, if mom thinks I'm gonna have this experience, why not? And it's like, no, I know my mommy, and she is one of the most creative, to this day, one of the most creative children, people, person, woman. She's just creative, and I had to learn how to not look at her and say, well, this is who I want her to be, or this is who she will eventually be once she gets through this phase. It's like, that's who she is. So how can I best support her in her life transitions, right? Because it's no longer about, Mom, I need school supplies, I need lunch money. Well, sometimes.
I mean, hey, lunch money
but
is helpful.
It's different conversations, and giving her a safe space to evolve into the woman she desires to be. And sometimes that's hard. And I've attempted to create an environment where she feels comfortable enough to say, Mom, this is where I am today. And I have the strength and patience to not go into mom mode and say, well, you need to do better. You need to da-da-da-da, because that sucks. Because she will never come back to me. She'll be like, you know what, Mom, forget it.
Nope.
Forget it. I just don't even know why.
Nope.
And even though I tell her often that I'm proud of her, because let me tell you something, this baby's set her mind to something and she did it. She's working. She's a manager at Wendy's, and I mean, she just started. Come get a biggie bag.
Please don't.
She started working in April, and is now a manager. So it's like, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little worried about all my kids. It's like, are y'all gonna work? Do y'all know how to work? Because mommy will go above and beyond to make sure y'all don't want for nothing. And I was worried, like, my baby wants to get her own place, and it's like, oh, okay. And her at 18 was so much different from who I was at 18, and she knows this. She was my biggest source of motivation. Like, once I had her, I'm like, yeah, dude, I need to get a job, get a place, and, you know, she been with me. And so it's like, we don't have all those things. You don't have a child, you single, just travel the world, do whatever. You don't have to, you know.
I don't gotta travel the world money.
Well, it's okay. But it's like, how can I best show up for her, or for all of my children during these transitions, right? It's Christmas, and she knows she's not going to have a bunch of toys under the tree, you know. And she doesn't know this. Like, it meant a lot that she, on her day off, decided to spend Christmas Eve with her siblings. And, you know, my grandpa's in town, my mom's in town, and my grandpa, he's getting older. It's like I said, it's inevitable. Sometimes I want my grandpa to walk in the door and be the grandpa he was for me, but it's like, no, it's her great grandpa, and he had an opportunity to just be around his great grandkids. I'm grateful for that. Like, that's a whole nother video. Anyway,
Me too.
I think what I'm trying to say is, as much as we want things to stay the same, things change, right? And I think that sometimes life feels challenging and overwhelming, and feels like a bit of a struggle when we don't accept that things will change, can change. It's okay, right? Like, Kimani and I have been talking a lot about, like, I'll just say, how to get through low days, down days, dark days, right? I've been talking to y'all a lot about it. And I'm grateful that she feels comfortable enough to say, hey, Mom, some days get dark, right? And as much as I want to be motivational speaker and say, you just gotta thug through.
Thug it.
She's already thugging through, right?
I'm not a thug.
She's already thugging through, right? And, you know, I personally, as her mother, as a woman, I want to tell her that maybe thugging through is what's making it worse.
I mean, I feel like you have a point. Per true. But if that's all that I can do, like, I have no choice but to thug it, if that makes sense, to get to the next step, the next hour of the day, the next breath that I take, right? It's like, it may not be the end all be all solution, but it's what works in those moments. Like, dark days don't feel as dark if I can just thug it through to the next morning. But some mornings do start off on the brighter side, and then it's nighttime again. And it's like, dang, here we are back again. Let's make it to the next morning. And then it's a vicious cycle. And some days the nights bleed into the mornings. And I think I find myself chasing, strangely, life back in Smyrna, which is insane to me thinking. So I'm like, bro, you were like tiny, and you're 20 now. You know how long ago Smyrna was? I find myself like looking at some people don't even know what Smyrna is or where it is, and I'll be like, no, I used to live there. That was life. Rode my first bike there. Got my first injury there from riding the bike. Snow, the pool, the summers, the backyards, the gardens. Just it was weirdly content, which it wasn't all, sunshines and rainbows, but it was more sunshines and rainbows than I'm having now. So I think some days I'm like, I wish I could go back to that, even though I don't really want to go back. I don't know. So you just gotta thug it to the next morning. Put them thoughts aside. I'm like, man, forget Smyrna. What even is Smyrna? What?
So I'm gonna unpack that a little bit, if you don't mind, because on the other side of that was, just for a little background, I told you we used to live in Georgia prior to us moving back, and life was not bad. Like I put it like this: when I left Georgia, I was gone 6, 7, 8, I don't know how many years. I was gone for a while, but a part of me felt like I left home. I left happiness. I left joy, right? Because no matter what, how much money we had, no matter what, there was a lot of love and joy, and we just made the best of things. And I'll be honest, after that I went into a grind mode, because I never planned on getting a divorce. I was lost, but I'm telling y'all this now, but I never told anybody. I felt lost. I felt like, well, you know what? Until I figure out what I really want to do with my life, I'm about to just grind. I'm about to get my money. I'm about to take care of my kids. I'm about to just get out here and get it. Right? But you know what I didn't do? Face any of that stuff. I didn't face that grief. So whenever we would come visit Georgia, and I shared this in other videos, I would cry, because I felt like I left my life, and I hurt my kids. But now that she's sharing this, I realized that I created a different environment for them when we moved. And I'm not saying it was bad, but it wasn't great. And now that I think that this Christmas represents a new start, a new beginning, right? Because I no longer have this desire to prove to my kids that I feel like I messed up, right? Like, let me just prove to you that life can be great again. No, all that stuff had to happen. Being away from Georgia wasn't just a waste. It was definitely felt like I was in a cocoon, and I had to face stuff. How I show up as a mother, grief in dealing with the loss of a child, feeling just doing whatever to prove to myself that I was a good mom, even if that meant not admitting to my kids that I'm depressed. They could taste it in the food. Mom, what in the world? Them reminding me, hey, you don't have to do it all, Mom. Or me telling Kimani, I know you're the oldest, but your siblings aren't your responsibility. You know, so a lot of things we could probably talk about, but maybe it's time to accept that even though we're back in Georgia, life will never be what it was when we were here in Georgia. Life will not be what it was when we were in Virginia, right? And we have an opportunity to create the joy, the happiness, the beautiful life that we have right now. And I think that today is a start, right? Because I'm no longer sitting here. Does Kimani hate me for the past 6-7 years, however long we were in Virginia? Does my daughter hate me? Does she look at me as weak? Does she look at me as, did she lose respect for me? You know what I'm saying? I can't say I can't care, but I can't carry that weight.
I didn't. I don't.
I know. But I had to work on believing that. So anytime you say, Mom, I want to come over, it's like, she loves me.
Love you and the food you make.
And the food. But I want to encourage you and you to be present on what's right now. Right? And at some point before you clock in, before you go back to work, because y'all going home tonight, right?
Yeah.
Once y'all go home tonight, I want to challenge you to give yourself room to grieve the past. Grieve the old life. Cry it out, write it out, whatever you got to do. Right? Do a burn letter. I had to do it. Right? I had to do it yesterday. Because I had to figure out how to wrap gifts and how can I try to create not a tradition. What am I going to do with this opportunity that I have in front of me? Right? I got a 3-bedroom apartment. And everybody that said they wanted to come, I said, okay. Am I going to complain and say, oh, I wish they had this energy when I had a bigger place and everybody slept good? Do I miss my son? Yes. Do I miss Christmases of past when I could be the one going to grandma's house, mommy's house, and I just show up while my mama's cooking, my grandma's cooking? No, I'm mama. I'm big mama now. I'm grandma. Well,
don't say that.
You get my point.
I'm not bringing up no kids.
But I'm grateful that Kimani and I can take this time out to just talk. Because when we get back to the house, she gets to be a part of that experience of, yes, opening her gifts, but seeing the joy in her siblings, you know, and not feeling slighted because she's 20. Maybe you do feel a little.
No.
But you know what I mean? It's like we have an opportunity to be present and create beautiful memories. And we always have the opportunity to do that, regardless of if we're in Georgia, Virginia. You know, you got your best friend here who's also like a daughter to me. It's like yesterday don't matter. It matters as much as you make it matter. So even in looking back, it's like, oh man, I wish I was a little bit smaller. I wish I was a baller. You know, I look at my high school pictures and wish I was a size, whatever size I was. But
you were tiny.
I was tiny.
Yeah, I can't even fathom I'm not saying big. Wait, that's I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Girl,
I meant like.
listen, I've been blessed to give birth to 6 beautiful babies.
Like,
you know, and it's like, again, life going life. I know what I have to do to get myself into the, you know, but I'm learning how to love right where I am, and that's going to life going life. Transitions are going to happen. Like, we cannot pause the clock. We cannot freeze. I mean, we cold out here, but we can't freeze.
It's getting a little Chris breezy out here. Just a little bit.
We can't freeze time, but I want to encourage you, Kimani, to give yourself to say, you know what? I do miss certain aspects of life. And while you can't go back, you can sit and think about what it is you miss and use that as a catalyst for change, right? If it's missing spending time with your family, being a part of, you know what I'm saying, then it may be time to schedule some time where you just come over and eat and hang out with your siblings. If it's when you felt like you were at your most creative, because I got plenty of YouTube videos. This girl, I just knew she was going to have her own YouTube channel, and it's not too late.
I do have one, and I stream.
Well, she has one, but you always wanted to be a performer.
Still do. That's just...
And it's not too late. So I want you to take the time to think back about taking what energy from just yawn. You didn't have to hold that yawn.
Camera, I'm a performer, mother. I can't sit in front of the camera looking ugly.
It's okay. I do it all the time.
I
got a whole pimple sticker. Anyway, we off topic. What I'm saying is, think back to those aspects, you know, and figure out how to incorporate some of that into it's just a start. Just one thing you can do to bring that energy to your life right now.
I mean, one thing I will share I haven't shared is my friend was doing this 100 push-ups a day challenge, and I'm actually on a 5-day streak of doing that.
Push-ups?
Well, like, okay, before you get all like, you know, that's impressive. It's like, well, I'm not gonna downplay it. I'm impressed with myself that I've been able to stick it out for this long, but they're not your formal, you know, on the ground push-ups. Like, I just do it where I can. So I'll do it off the wall at like an angle, which still hurts like a B word. So I don't want anyone to be like, oh, it still hurts. So that's why I did a push-up was like high school. So don't piss me off, okay? But it's like I make it my mission to complete that before the next day starts, which I have to do them today, which I'm dreading because it hurts. Did I say B word already?
But you do it, and I'm proud of you.
My arms are sore, they're really sore.
I got some Epsom salt.
I would love that. So I tried taking a bath, but it just didn't work because our tub is small. And my candle wasn't candling.
It's okay.
It wasn't good. But I think I do understand the importance of trying to bring little bits of, like, the good parts into life. Like the present, and live in the present. And I feel like there are days where I genuinely try so hard to live in the present. Or I guess that kind of defeats the purpose. But, like, there are days where I'm just living in the present. And then the weight of the world smacks me upside my face, and I lay in my bed and rot.
Golly.
That's the best way I can put it. You know, the imagery has to be there for
I
you
just
to
wasn't ready.
understand.
But
I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna just sit on the couch in the living room and crochet. 'Cause I started crocheting, and I even brought my yarn with me. Because I was like, it's cold, I need a beanie.
I need one. Look at this. I mean, it's cute. I just want to. I want to be cute.
You got a little peanut head.
That's why I need a homemade one.
Yeah, I can make you one. Matching colors and everything. But it's like I started crocheting again, but then I was like, dang, I could be working on this thing for my stream setup. I could be trying to reach out. I could try and job search. I was so caught up on all the productive things that I could have been doing. Because for some reason, my brain can't comprehend hobbies as productivity.
Because your brain has been rewired over the course of the past 6 months. So April, May.
It's probably 7, 8, 10, 11, 12.
Since April.
About 7.
You started working in April. We just talked about this. There has been a creative block because you have been blocking out all creativity. And when it does come up, you try to apply logical concepts to it.
Yeah.
Don't.
It's so hard to just create nowadays.
So,
especially with money problems on the mind.
And you know what? Your money and everything will flow when you unlock that, when you get through that creative block. I'm trying to tell you. Come on now, you talking, you know. This is the message to myself. So music is a very important thing to our family.
Oh yeah,
right.
Music fuels my day.
So this is the challenge, and we could probably sit here and talk for hours. So we're gonna try to wrap this up.
Oh yeah,
because we got kids at home that.
Oh yeah.
It's Christmas,
right? I left Kai alone. She's gonna be awkward.
It's fine. She's with family.
Okay.
I want to challenge you to put together a 30-minute playlist, and I want it to be your creative playlist. Like, this is the playlist I play when I create. And it has to be songs that get you out of your head and get you feeling good, right? And you sit and crochet. Don't think about nothing else. Put that music on and you crochet until the playlist run out. And once you get to a point where 30 minutes ain't enough, add some more songs. Extend that time. You may not have to stream. You may have to set some time aside. I don't care if it's 3 in the morning. You need to take the time to just flow and create. Okay? Can you do that?
I got you. I recently started making playlists because I used to not make them because I would be like, I'm just going to shuffle through my songs and deal with the whiplash of like, ooh, suddenly we're hearing Victoria Monet and the next second you hear Korean. Next second before that, you hear some sad black man singing about his ex. And I'm like, I can relate. I've only had one ex. But I can relate. I get it.
Are you willing to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure this won't be the last time that Kimani joins us because she actually is a very wise young lady.
Wise beyond my
She
years.
cute too though. She cute.
Like I tried to style it a little because like I cut my hair recently. So I used to be a little bit like this, but then I was like, I'll give it a little cunty. Can I say that?
A little what?
Cunty. Can I say cunty?
No, you can't say that.
You didn't say that. Just give it a little, a little change, a little.
Well, I don't know.
You can on YouTube. I mean, it doesn't block any TOS or not TOS.
I'm 42 years old and I still have problems saying certain words around my mom.
What's wrong with cunty?
Nothing.
Cunts.
Nothing. Kimani is going to take this to a place I don't want it to go.
Ooh.
I love her. I love you.
Too. Right? Oh, I love you too. Acting. You thought it was real, didn't you?
It was real. All right. That's all I have for y'all today.
Deuces.
I hope that you all tuned in to the end. As always, if you have any questions, comments, feedback, want to give a shout out, drop them in the comments below. If you know someone that would enjoy this video, needs to hear that, what we talk about, life, whatever.
Transition, something about evolution.
Feel free to share. Feel free to subscribe.
Yeah. Ooh, better subscribe and like and share. Matter of fact, go ahead and comment too. Comment your favorite minute of the video.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And if it's anywhere in the first 10 minutes, you don't count. That means you didn't watch.
She said it.
That's all I'm saying.
I love you all. Until next time.
Deuces. Oh, why did